Salutations, I'm Coldbug and I just threw up. I'm sick and did not get a lot of sleep, so this episode is going to be either very boring or very stupid. Um, if you're wondering where part 1 is, it was a live stream, so if you missed it, I guess you could check it out. You don't have to. It's the unsinkable Molly Buns. She shoots you a wink. How you holding up, Molly? Oh, I'm Peachy Buck. Why something eating ya? It's been a few years since I was in Ocean City, but I don't remember it being this run down. Yeah, she's been in a tailspin for a while, and I ain't sure why. It ain't the mob's bag to hold. Sure, we've been raking in the spoon delicts ever since the Fuzzes given their walking tickets, but we didn't throw the shindig. So, we got some dates last time that I forgot about, so we can actually look through here. It wasn't 1982, that's stupid, it's 1882. Found something interesting. The cover story for that date is the sinking of the Porquad, a whaling vessel that operated off the coast of Ocean City. The story says that the wreck had only one survivor, Captain Augustus Dirch. Despite his best efforts to go down with the ship, he was rescued and transported to shore by a friendly otter. How simultaneously tragic and adorable. I think there was another date. Yeah, this one. Found something interesting. Gain 5 XP. You're really starting to enjoy doing this kind of research. You got a perk Newshound. You gain extra XP from learning new things from the newspaper archive. Cool. A flying sandwich that's been carefully concealed in the folder for that date. So that's what the code was all about. Pressed ham panini. Wow. Okay, that's enough research. Ooh. July 22nd. Top story from that day is the Ocean City's comptroller's passing of an overly complicated sidewalk right-of-way policy that outlawed street-side newspaper vending machines and limited the maximum allowed width of newsstands to 4 feet. The story continues to say that the watchful eye management raised concerns about loss of revenue, and the comptroller made a vague promise to divert city funds to make up for any future shortfall. Looks like it worked out great for everybody. No, it did not. Ooh, November 13th, 1922. You find something interesting. This morning, a new sculpture was revealed in Goldthwaite Park, donated by Ocean City Comptroller Margaret Smudge. The sculpture, which consists of 5 jagged, pointed rocks arranged in a rough circle on a swell-creaky plinth, have been variously described as avant-garde, thrillingly pointy, and fine, I guess. Wait, are you writing this down? Hi, Mom. By interested in my onlookers. Well, okay then. That's it? Is there no puzzle to do with it? Is drinking water a good idea after I just threw up? Because my mouth is dry. Oh, hello. It's my little spider. Hello. Messages 1. Check the message pad next to the phone. There's no for you. Call Don T with a phone number. Oh my god, fine. I'll check my phone message. Dial the number. Salutations. Whom is telephoning, might I inquire? Hi, Don. Speak Cole. Ah, you recipientated my missive. Commendable. Yeah, what's up? There is an assignment of which I require your performation. An assignment? Where are the comedic sort? I might refer to it as an undertaking. Ha 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 ha. You want me to kill someone? Glad you aren't the comedic sort. There's an antiquated distillery near Crystal Dream Lake. Grandpa Joe's distillery, to be precocious. It was abandoned when prohibitioning began, albeit with its liquor manufacturing equipment intact. A group contrapositive to our own has claimed it as their territory, and we wish those bloodsuckers to be evicted with extreme prejudice. So, you want me to give the bums rush to a bunch of rival mob goons? There's no underground criminal organization that rivals our own in this vicinity. When I say bloodsuckers, it is my intention that you will observe in that phraseology a high degree of literalness, the group of which to I refer are Nosferatu. What? Nosferatu, Langsur, Strigioi, Draculas, vampires. Okay, I get it. You're telling me there are actual vampires in this part of the world? Affirmative. They've been a pain in our necks for quite an extensive period of time. Oh, I appear to have inadvertently voiced another witticism. I didn't notice. Alright, I'll take care of your vampires. I guess it is that much weirder than the fishmen. Where's this distillery? Don Toblerone gives you the directions to the place eventually. Additional to that, you'll be requisitioning the combination of the lock. Let me guess, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Certainly not! Currently, the credit for a modicum of operational securitizing. We selected the most unassailable combination possible. 9999. Alright, bye. Alright, Captain. So are these all of your dead crewmates? Probably shouldn't just barge in. Let's knock. What was it? I want to ask you about the poor quad. Alright, you better come in. What do you want? Well, I'm from the Ocean City Watchful Eye, you know, the newspaper. Don't trust the newspapers, nor newspaper reporters either. Well, nor others. Fortunately, I'm only one of those three things. Can I ask you about the port quad? Ain't nothing to say. Storm blew up unexpected. We hit a funny rock. All hands lost. That was decades ago. Why are you bothering me now? Well, it's a slow news day. What was funny about the rock? Ever seen a 30-foot black basalt obelisk sticking straight out of the ocean? Can't say it. Me neither. Wait, hold on. King goes, me neither, and I'd be sailing that route for years. So I guess when you say funny, you didn't mean as in haha. How many men were in your crew? There was Pegleg, Handsome Jeff, and Less Handsome Jeff, and Old Barnacle Face. He looks askance at the row of urns, and the other one, so 5. What was the 5th sailor's name? I ain't recall it. He was new, just signed on for that last voyage, didn't talk much. Eerie fella, to be honest. Eerie? Spooky, and that's all I got to say about him. What's with the rocks in the front yard? I ain't know nothing about those except for the date marker I put. Did they just come with the house? New one pops up every once in a while. What's that got to do with anything? Well, nothing, I guess. You have a lot of urns? Crew's bodies washed ashore after time. Didn't figure they'd want a sea burial after what happened, so I had him cremated. Well, except that 5th feller was never found. I ain't recall how that urn got here. He was a member of the crew, right and proper though, so he got as much right to be here as any of them. Did you ever visit that little cathedral? Sure, used to go and pay me on your specs once in a while. Back before my knee started acting up. Got plenty of urns to talk to right here though. Talk to the urns? Yep, we shoot the breeze, relive old glories and such. You say that like they talk back. They do! And I can see from your face that you don't believe me, so you can ask them yourself, Landnumber. Guess I'll have a chat with your urns then. Fine. But if you got any more questions for me, ask him now. I'm tired of all this chit-chat. I'm done asking questions. Thanks. I don't want to keep drinking water, but I kind of have to. My throat is so dry. Holy cow, it's a shelf of nautical nonfiction. You are not interested in it. It's a fishing rod. An elderly gray cat nervously washes itself in the corner. Try to pet it. Cat shines away from your touch. You notice that he's wearing a collar that says Ishmael. You may call me Ishmael. This accent looks like it was dredged up from an old shipwreck. There's a blubber lamp on top. Simple device, a glass vessel filled with whale blubber with a wick stuck in it. Blubber lamp really rolls off the tongue, huh, though? This is a really delightful phrase. Say it. Blubber lamp. Delightful. Say it again. Blubber lamp. Great, just great. Say it again. Blubber lamp. Yes, 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 yes. Say it again. Blubber lamp. Delightful. Say it again. Blubber lamp. Just keeps getting better. Say it again. Blubber lamp. Yes, yes, yes. Say it again. Amazing. Say it again. Delightful. Say it again. Never get tired of that. Say it again. Great, just great. Delightful. Amazing. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Great, just okay, no. Aw, you're no fun. We've got work to do. Short one table. It's an old tarnished silver tray on top, but it's empty. Plaque above this urn says 5th sailor. Hello? The urn doesn't respond. Anybody there? You look around to make sure the captain is asleep. Then mutter gruffly to the urn. Yar there, sailor. You can speak freely now. I got rid of that no good landlubber. A muffled, whispery sounding voice replies, Yar, captain. That they was trying to sell me a newspaper. Pay no, never mind. Aye, captain. So, sailor, how goes it? I'd ask what's due, but you're not the talkative one, are you, matey? I suppose you never were come to that. So, well, as you were then, I could use some smokes, captain. What? Smokes? Smokes? As in cigarettes? Aye. What does an urn want with cigarettes are? Well, alright then. Just leave them on the table like usual, please. Yar. I need cigarettes. Oh, I can buy cigarettes from the store. Barnacle face. Thing going all right? Aye, captain. Nary a cloud in the sky. Good, great. Are you in a chatting mood? Sure, yar. Well, you know me, captain. A man of few words and all. Happy to listen, though. Right, well, actually, I was wondering about your name there. The Barnacle face? What about it? Well, I was just wondering. Why? I mean, of course I know why, but if you have any insight into, I mean, you've never actually said that is, you've never asked before, so I'd have thought you'd already. Right? Yeah, obviously I already. Anyway, if you're not comfortable discussing it, that's fine. Okay, yeah, good. Yar, yar. Oh my god, I'm sick. This was a bad idea. Ooh. Okay. Less handsome Jeff. I don't. Nah. This is a bad idea.
Later that day.
So, how are things? Oh, no problems, Captain. Everything's shipshape, haha. Haha. Always happy to chew the sea biscuit with you, though. Sure, let's, reminisce about old times. Great, I love hearing your stories of nautical adventure. Oh, instead of that, why don't you tell me how you got the name Peg Leg Johnny? Well, it's because of my leg, right? Got a peg leg? Sure, how'd you get it? I got it because I lost the original leg? I'd assume so, yeah, yar, but how? Wait, weren't you there when it happened? Time for my nap. Talk to you later. So how you been doing there, handsome Jeff? Smooth sailing, Captain. You feel like talking over old times? Sure, I mean, yar, why not? Right then, which particular yarn from your past have you got on your mind? Actually, let's talk about you. Me? The fellow next to you is less handsome, Jeff. So is this judgment of your relative appearances literal, or is it more of an ironic reversal sort of deal, yar? Well, you'd never... Wait a minute. Don't you remember what we actually look like? Oh, yes, of course I do. Gotta go. Bye. Anything on your mind, Captain? Well, like what? Well, I don't know. Just if you wanted to wax nostalgic about old times or anything. Alright. Right, so, yar, uh-huh. So, alright, those old times, sure, right? Sure, right you are, Captain. Those old times we had together. Yar, we sure did many of them. Yar, anyway, I'm glad we had this talk. Time to leave. Amble away, yes. We need to go to buy some cigarettes. On your way to wherever, you run into a cool guy wearing some cool sunglasses, running down the avenue. Hey baby, what's happening? Hi. I can see you dig the shades, got a good taste. What the what? You like my sunglasses. Oh, right, gotcha. I don't think anyone's called them shades for at least another 20 years though. I pride myself on being on the cutting edge. Flips open his coat, showing you rows of sunglasses aside. Care to buy yourself a pair? For you, only 25 meat. Ooh. Sure, it's a deal. Now that's what I like to hear. He takes your meat and expertly selects the best pair of sunglasses for you from the lining of his coat. Looking good, baby. Nice doing business with you. And that's the last of the cash you need to square things up with Miss Brewster. So thanks for that, baby. Miss Brewster? She's the lady that runs the boarding house me and the other traveling salesmen stay at when we're in town. She's strict, but it's a nice place. Check it out sometime. Thanks for the tip. A short wooden table. There's an old tarnished silver tray on top, but it's empty. Put the cigarettes on the tray. You put the cigarettes on the tray and quickly hatch a plan. Approaching the fifth urn, you put on Captain Dirch's voice again. Arr, matey, your smokes be up on the table as you wanted. Proceed it, Captain. Then you hide behind the captain who is snoring in his chair. After time, the bookcase slides aside, and an unshaven, shifty-looking guy pokes his head out and glances around surreptitiously. Oh, appreciate it, Captain. This sailor lingo is a bit hard to get with. After time, the bookcase, yeah, then he tiptoes over to the table, picks up the pack of cigarettes, and returns to the secret door. The bookcase slides shut behind him. Well, what do you know? It's the shelf that guy came out from behind of. Or rather, the shelf of which from behind of which chemist that guy. Try to push the bookshelf aside, but it's locked in place. There must be a catch. I mean, literally. Practical secret doors for the home handyman. You tilt the book forward and nothing happens, so you pull the book all the way off the shelf and nothing happens. So you flip the book over and start rifling through the pages until you find one with the page corner turned down. A diagram of the page shows the 3 most common unobtrusive latch mechanisms for bookshelf-based secret doors, and on closer inspection, this bookcase is using the second one. Now you can open the second door whenever you're ready. Nice. I should have checked the other books. Give a respectful salute to all these dead soldiers. Maybe this guy thinks it's treasure, but it looks like trash to you. Hey, what are you doing in, were you seriously about to ask me what I'm doing in here? Yeah, even as I was saying it, it sounds stupid. How did you find me? I hid and watched when you came out for your smokes. Oh, that was you, huh? I thought the captain's voice didn't sound quite right. So what's the deal? Well, it's basically just what it looks like. It looks like you're hiding in this old man's house to rob him while he sleeps. In that case, it's not at all what it looks like. I'm listening. I'll admit, at first I was planning on robbing him. I figured an old sea captain must have a secret treasure, right? He wasn't a pirate. No, it turned out he's just a lonely old man with nobody to talk to. Except, well, his old sailing buddies. So I started hanging out back here and chatting with him through the wall. He didn't find it strange. I was a little spooked at first, but once I got a handle on how the different voices should sound and learned enough to keep up with the anecdotes, he relaxed. It's nice to have someone to talk to, even if the situation is kind of weird, right? So that's all you do this just because you feel sorry for him? Yeah, well, I won't pretend I don't like having someone to stay rent-free. And his penchant for the shipping company is pretty good, and his short-term memory is kind of bad, so he doesn't pay much attention to the fact that he's buying food for 2 people. He's a good guy, and it's an easy life. Don't screw it up for us, okay? Wait, what is it to you anyway? I'm here about the stolen urn. Oh yeah, that was probably a mistake. He mentioned the 5th sailor a few times, so thought he might like to have the whole crew together, you know. So lifted a random urn from the little cathedral to fill the spot. It seemed like a good idea at the time. If a car needs it back. Okay, it'll be weird if it just vanishes, though. Can you swap it for another one? The captain doesn't open them, so he won't notice if there's no ashes in them. Fine, I'll see what I can do. St. Polycarp's. The nervous-looking man in the suit stops you. Excuse me, sir. Do you fear for your safety in this dangerous city full of hoodlums and criminals? I ain't afraid of anything, least of all death. Overconfidence can be real killers, sir. Fortunately, I have something here that can justify it. Oh, I see you. Okay, what are you selling? He opens up a small case and opens it, displaying a selection of the tiniest pistols you've ever seen. Derringers! With one of these up your sleeve, it's in the sock or wherever you can think to hide it. Personal self-defense is right at your fingertips. Are concealed pistols legal in this state? What? Probably, sure. How much? Yours for only 30 meat. Sure, I'll buy one. Thanks, you won't regret this purchase. Extra small Derringer. I don't think I actually need it. I don't know why I bought it then. Spare urns. It's a big crate full of identical empty burial urns. Must be spare, so it hard to take on. Got a burial urn. There's plenty in here, so the vicar won't miss just one. Besides, you've earned it. What happened to this tree? What happened to this tree? Molly notices some tin cans scattered in an alley and stops to stack them in a pyramid. Let's do some bean shooting practice. Every little bit helps. And anyway, my fingers getting itchy. Seems like maybe we shouldn't be shooting guns in the middle of the city. Ah, baloney. It's copastic. The fellow's here ain't worth a plugged nickel, and who else is gonna raise a beef when we're clearly healed? I'll take your word for it as soon as I figure out what it was. 2 of you take turns shooting at the cans until you run out of cans. Oh, it's you. Have you found our missing ashes yet? I did. Here you go. Wonderful. I'll get this polished and reinstalled right away. Blessings upon you, my child. In fact, let me make that blessing literal. I have some holy water of St. Polycarp here somewhere. Ah, here we go. Ooh, +1 muscle. Takes out a little pot of water and splashes some on your forehead. It burns. No, just kidding. Say, whose ashes are in that urn anyway? Fortunately, we don't know his name, but he was a sailor who washed ashore near here after a shipwreck. Some of the locals took him in, but he didn't survive the night. Poor fellow. He was interred here as an act of charity. Was that about 50 years ago, Tiftik? Oh no, it was more like 300 years ago. Huh. Interesting. Ahoy there, everything shipshape. Need any smokes? Heh, guess I shouldn't mess around. Miss Brewster's. As 2 of you are walking down the street, Molly suddenly stops and gestures at a nearby gun shop. Oh hey, I know this bulldogger. Hang on a second. Wanna go shopping? Nah, I just wanna get my typewriter a quick tune-up. To the side on it's kinda hinky. Carry yourself a piece of cake, it'll be right back. You don't see any cake around here disappointingly, but Molly returns presentingly with a freshly polished Tommy gun and a cheerful grin. Now we're hitting all 6s. Come on, Buck, let's get a wiggle on. I feel like since we both have Moxie, it's not great. The code says nice lady, but she only likes salesmen. Oh well, not super useful to a non-hobo, but at least got some translation practice. Store isn't locked head inside. As you enter the boarding house, you discover some kind of hullabaloo, or perhaps a kerfuffle. A stern-looking middle-aged lady is surrounded by 6 agitated men, all talking to each other. Gentlemen, I insist you settle down at once. We won't get to the bottom of this with you all acting like panicked school children. Miss Brewster, you've got to call the cops. Ha, what this town calls police, I wouldn't trust to solve a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a serious crime. I don't have those hooligans turning my house upside down. But there's been a murder. Somebody has to do something. What you can all do is go to your rooms. Let me think. Good gracious. The men file up the stairs, abashed but still fidgeting nervously. Excuse me. Miss Brewster sighs, exasperated. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, I don't have any vacancies. Or, well, I suppose I do, but I can't let you I can't let you have the room until this whole mess has been sorted out. One of those meant something about a murder? Yes, it's absolutely ghastly. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night, and nobody heard or saw anything. I'm practically at my wit's end. Maybe I can help. My name's Cole Opter. I'm kind of an independent investigator sort of thing. Oh, like the Belgian fellow in the mystery novels? What? Sure. Well, that's marvelous. If you can solve this mystery, I can pay you quite reasonably. Okay, it's a deal. Thank goodness. What can you tell me about the victim? He was a traveling salesman. All my lodgers are traveling salesmen. What did he sell? Oh, they come and go so frequently, I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. Well, how did he die? I'm not sure. The body is missing. Look, you better just go and have a look for yourself. He was in 3C. I'll lock the door so that no one would mess around in there. Alright. Only Miss Brewster is allowed in the kitchen. Bathroom door is locked. Tiny oil paintings of previous boarders. Ooh. Not a crumb to be found on the dining table. Miss Brewster keeps this place spick and span. Little note next to the phone that says, do not use phone. Go up to the second floor. 2C, 2D. I'll go there later. It's a communal hat rack, but nobody's using it at the moment. Stairs to the third floor. Ooh. Some high-heeled shoes have been carelessly left in the hallway. Not sure which aspect of this would upset Miss Brewster the most. Extra high heels. Take your steps higher. Oh, what does that mean? This is like the most normal one. It's room 3C, the site of the incident. Unlock the door. You unlock the door and put the keys in the secret pocket you use for things that won't ever need to be referred to again. Step into rooms 3C and discover a holy crap massive pool of blood on the floor, and like Miss Brewster said, there's no body in sight. Can I fish in it? Oh, heck yeah, I can. Nothing must be shallower than it looks. Nothing interesting about the bed except that it's next to a massive pool of blood. Windows locked, so the killer must have come from inside the house. Carbonated wash basin, no clues here. There's also a mirror. Fish. Pan full of clean water. The wardrobe is locked. Check yourself for clues. Hi, Cole. Bye, Cole. This rug looks pretty ordinary. Check underneath it. You rolled up the rug and... Whoa, what the heck? There's a crazy occult diagram underneath it. The lines and glyphs appear to have burned onto the floor. You see little globs of melted candle wax at the floors of the dodecagram. And it even smells faintly of weird incense. Was this some kind of ritual killing? Great. Like regular murder wasn't enough. Could be a cult ritual circle. There's a little blobs of old candle wax on it and everything. I guess I go to Miss Brewster then. Well, Miss Brewster, I've had a look in room 3C. Did you find anything? I found a huge pool of blood. It was really gross. Did you find anything else? Yes, actually. In a cult ritual circle. What? Oh my goodness, you think it was some kind of black magic sacrifice? I'm afraid it looks that way. Yes, ma'am. Well, I've always felt that lodger's religion was no business of mine, but I won't stand for this one bit. Are any of your lodgers involved with the occult, do you know? I do recall that one of them specializes in selling occult supplies and paraphernalia, but I'm afraid I don't remember which one. You'll have to ask around. Okay. There's no response to each other now, but the door's locked. Room 2D, but really, they're all 2D if you think about it. Haha. Back on the door, nervous-looking salesman. Peace out. I'm warning you, I'm armed. Oh, I know you. Yeah, I think we've met before. You sell Derringers, right? That's right. Yes, you should buy one. There's a murderer on the loose. Actually, I'm investigating the murder. Oh, they got somebody is. What do you know about the other salesman here? I know that there's a guy who sells cult stuff. Give him a white brick, though. All I know about him is that he doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. I see. Neither of them are the victim, by the way. Okay, thank you. Knock on the door, and the salesman sticks his head out. Yeah? Oh, hey, I know you. Oh, yeah, you're the guy selling pants from before, right? That's me. What's up? Want to buy some pants? Not just now. I'm just investigating the murder. Yeah, real grisly business. Do you know the other salesman that lives here? Not really, just the guy who sells those little Derringer crystals. He's complaining about the guy who lives right above him. That's the trinkets and bubbles guy, because he keeps making a racket, dropping stuff on the floor at night. Probably doesn't help you much, though. Well, something. Thanks. Who's there? I'm not opening this door with the killer on the loose. I'm investigating the murder. Do you have any information that would help? There's a salesman here specializing in cult stuff. Seems pretty suspicious to me. Which room is he in? Not sure, but it isn't the one above me. He doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim either. Thanks. So it would be 3B. Knock on the door. A voice calls out without opening it. Hello? Hi, I'm investigating the murder. How well do you know the other salesman here? I don't know any of these guys. Although, I think there's a guy who sells brushes whose neighbors with the guy who sells pants. Okay, thanks. Which one's the paint salesman? Knock on the door, and the salesman opens it. Yeah, something I can... Oh, hey, we meet again. Oh, yeah, you're the sunglasses guy. That's me, baby. What can I do for you? Well, I'm investigating the murder. Oh, no kidding? Yeah, I was hoping you'd give me some information about the people who live here. I don't really know any of these guys. There's a fellow that sells jokes and gags somewhere on the floor, I think. There's a guy that sells pants. All I can tell you about him is he isn't the guy right below me. Sorry. No problem. Thanks anyway. I'm 3B. Hello, who are you? I'm investigating the murder. What can you tell me about the people who live here? Well, I'll pretty much keep to myself. All I know about the other salesman is the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. What? Nothing, thanks. I think it's that guy. Excuse me, Brewster, who lives in 2C? They didn't answer and the door's locked. That's because 2C is my room. Oh, can I have a look inside? Certainly not. That's private. Can't possibly imagine I would kill one of my own lodgers. That would be terrible for business. Guess you have a point there. Have you solved the case yet? Well, I figured out who the occultist is. Maybe if we confront him with it, he'll either confess or give us some usable information. Are you certain you know which one he is? I won't have you accusing the wrong fellow. Well, let me double check my notes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Alright, shall we gather everyone together at the scene of crime so we can do a dramatic reveal like in the novels? Oh, sure, if you want. I'll say this whole murder business is simply dreadful, but it's the most interesting thing to happen here in years. Head up to 3C's, and after a few minutes, Miss Brewster meets you there, with a salesman in tow. Alright, well, I suppose you're all wondering I called you here today. I assumed it was so you could tell us who did the murder. Yeah, that was my guess too. Right, yeah. Well, as you can see by the switch circle on the floor, this killing probably had occult significance. Therefore, the most likely candidate is the occult's goods salesman, who is the guy in 3B. The guy in 3B, what? No, I mean, yes, I do sell occult supplies, but that isn't even one of my circles. Are you actually accusing me of murder? I think you're the only likely candidate. Look at the hat. It's crazy, you're crazy. Tell it to the cops, but... Suddenly the wardrobe door flies open and a salesman jumps out. Haha, I filled you all pretty good. Who the heck are you? I'm the victim. I sold jokes and gags and stuff. How do you like my new fake rubber pool of blood? Isn't it a scream? Oh my god. Footsring. Here, let me give you something for being such a good sport, kid. Wear it in good health. Makes you more likely to encounter a traveling salesman. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta roll this blood back up, and 9 people in this tiny room is 8 too many. Well, that could have gone worse. The occultist gentleman was quite offended by your accusation, but I'll believe he'll get over it. Here's your pay, young man. Thanks, glad to be of help. I'd say I'd call if I ever need your services again, but I think one exciting thing happening here every few years is quite sufficient. If it happens again, I'm just going to throw everyone out. Good idea. Something else you needed, or can I use your bathroom before I go? I've been here kind of a long time, and yes, alright, here's the key. Miss Brewster's bathroom key. Putting a lock on the bathroom door and making it so people have to ask you for the key every time they want to use it is a great way to make everybody hate you. Thanks. The mystery solved? The bathroom door. There we go. Ooh, take whatever you need. How generous. Most places would reserve this stuff for the people who actually live here. Burtworth's finest tooth wax. Stypic pencil. Okay. Fish in the toilet. Soggy used bandage. Ooh. That's good. How am I gonna catch an actual fish? A handful of dirty water. Handful of clean water. Hi, Cole. Bye, Cole. Flush it. Hooray, you got 20 XP. Where'd she go? This person doesn't seem to be around. Now's your chance. Oh, it's an arcane oven. Ooh. Little cupboard sits beneath the window. Mandarin rich flour. Only about bag sandwiches with threatening notes attached to them. Best to leave them alone. Ooh, a fish. Fish in the sink. Fish in a sack. Ooh, a fish skeleton. Ooh, a soggy dish rag, an apple core. Rated, a match and a comfy hat lining. That's 3 maximum HP to a hat. Ooh. We're gonna take the bus, Crystal Dream Lake. Oh, here's chapter 2. The Spooky Forest. Crystal Dream Lake Lighthouse. Probably be odd to introduce yourself before you start poking at his stuff. The lighthouse keeper, presumably. Excuse me, are you the lighthouse keeper? Sorry to bother you. My name's Colopter. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Are you okay? I just ain't talked out loud in a while. I get rusty. I see. Lighthouse keeping's a lonely job, huh? Well, it's solitary, that's for sure. I ain't mind it, though. I ain't exactly a people person. What can I do for you? What does a lighthouse keeper actually do? Well, I used to be I had to lamp the lamp every sundown and then douse it again at sunrise to save on fuel. It used to be when it was an oil lamp. We got a hookup to the electrical grid a couple of years ago, though. So now I just leave it on all the time. About all I have to do now is change the bulb once in a while. Sounds very peaceful. That it is. Nice and quiet and plenty of time on my hands. You must have a bunch of hobbies. Got a book, and a whittling knife, and plenty of middle distance to stare into. How do you get into this line of work? Oh, my family's always been a lighthouse keeper on both sides. Mom and Pa kept lighthouses within sight of each other. Used to wink the lights back and forth once in a while. Oh, it's kind of romantic. You know, I never did find out how I was actually born. What? Anyway, was there something you needed? Have you seen an old compass around? Directions, kind of the circles, kind of directions. Got an old one I picked up on the estate sale about, 20 odd years ago, I reckon. Sure to go, but it's upstairs and the lighthouse is flooded. Filled right up to the top. Have a look through this window right there and you might see a fish pass by. How did that even happen? Pump broke. No, I mean, how does a lighthouse just fill up with water? We aren't even below sea level here. Something to do with the tides, I reckon. This is a lake. Anyhow, I need a Gladstone valve to fix the pump. There's a hardware store down the road. A piece, if you mind to help out. Alright. Ask about it. This is a nice chess set. Did you whittle the pieces yourself? Yup. Took me 16 years. Took you 6 months to carve each piece. Pawns went quicker than the tall ones, but more or less, horses were particularly tricky. No sense in rushing it. I guess not. Wanna play a game? Can't. Already got a game progress. The only piece that's been moved is a single white pawn. I went first. That was about 2 years ago. Who are you playing with? Nobody. Well, here, I'll play you. Push one of the black pawns forward. Interesting. It's your turn. Don't rush me. I want to consider all the possibilities. Come back in 3 or 4 months. Right. That's the single book sits on the table. War and Peace. Oh, that's a hefty one. Mind the bookmark now. Of course. Oh, looks like you've just started. Been reading about 5.5 years. Bookmark is still in chapter 1. I just about got up to the last sentence of it. I've been reading one word every day. War and Peace is almost 600,000 words long. Yep. Don't tell me how it ends. I won't. Check the mirror. Hi, Cole. Bye, Cole. Lighthouse keeper's bed is simple, but very tidy. Through the window, you can see the lighthouse tower is entirely filled with water. The lighthouse keeper has to put a little cork in the keyhole. Some kind of funky pump contraption. Light out from this house? Yes. What am I doing? Oh, I have to go around the lake. Molly points out a sign posted at the fork of the trail. Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trial Museum. Ooh, witches, let's go check it out. You like that kind of spooky stuff? It's the berries, because the blood pumping, you know. Oh, if they have a haunted house, you have to promise not to shoot any of the actors. No promises. Sandwich Child Museum. Let's go check it out now. Oh my god, it's all the way over there. The village of Sandwich is home to a terrifying witch cult until all of the inhabitants were convicted and executed in witch trials in 1692, and the village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. This house is the residence of the Danforth family. Step inside to learn more. Putnam House, which partially burned down under extremely witchy circumstances. This child may have been used to bathe human sacrifices before the ceremony. We don't have evidence of that, but it seems possible. Can I fish in it? Heck yeah, I can. Revealing a pair of old shoes, saddle shoes. They're called saddle shoes because, like a saddle, they're worn directly underneath the butt. Ride the ground like a horse. Make a wish. Fish. Okay, in 23 minutes, you fish up a little bit of currency. Okay, in 24 minutes, it's meat. Continue fishing. Okay, in 22 minutes, you win some cash. Looks like you've caught everything that was here. Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. The Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Want to take home a jar of the sandwich cream that was the village chief expert besides witchcraft. Black Cat is staring glumly at an empty dish. Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. See what's for sale. Rubbing paper and sandwich cream. No thanks. Security guard is keeping a close eye on things in here, which honestly is very difficult since there's only two. Hi there. Hello, welcome to the Putnam House. Please don't touch the exhibits. Asking about the exhibits. Excuse me, dude. Sorry, sir. I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Oh, huh. Guess that won't work. This plinth has an old book in it. Take a look. Appears to be someone's diary. Oh yeah, the little description on the front of the plinth says Diary of Delia Putnam. So that confirms that. Mostly it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering the archaic handwriting and spelling. So you flip ahead to the last page. 6th of March, 1692. Ugh, I hate that Peter Proctor so much. He thinks he can just go around being as mean as he wants to everybody. Just because he has lots of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have been a much stronger curse. It would have been worth all the trouble. I should have used a stronger curse. This ride delves a bunch of old pins and needles stuck into it, and for some reason it has the word boring embroidered across its front. A little plaque on the front of the plinth says witches frequently use special dolls called poppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target a Mrs. or Miss Boring, though no one of that name is listed in this town records. And then this tiny text at the bottom of the plaque. These pins were not found with the poppet, but were added for demonstration purposes. Okay. Everything in this house was destroyed here by fire, except these two objects, which were found concealed inside a metal box. Sandwich's church also served in Ersatz, town hall, courtroom, racquetball court, and dark sorcery place. In 1692, the inhabitants of Sandwich were executed in the witch trials that were popular at the time, as evidenced by this old signpost announcing one such trial. The sign is written in rough black wax. Today is the trial of Patricia Williams, who sends a cuss. The rest of the sign is too weathered and decayed to read. An old and dilapidated church altar. There are some brown splotches on the curtain that could possibly be bloodstains. The altar where the town's witches performed their horrifying sacrifices denote the bloodstains. Nice gazebo. Sign reads, Sandwich Gazebo, vagrants not welcome. That's not very friendly. The wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most conveniently toilet-adjacent house in the village. Traces of strange plant matter in these tubs prove that they were used for brewing all kinds of horrible potions. Sandwich boasted the country's very first tripartite outhouse. Please do not attempt to use it. It is very old. More modern convenience has been provided for your modern convenience. Avail yourself of it. Huh, all three doors go to the same room. 1-0, 1 toilet, 0 privacy. This leads to a little cemetery behind the church. What about this one? This chessboard has clearly been left out on display as an allegory for the battle between good and evil. Black is winning, representing a warning for all good people to be vigilant against the encroaching forces of darkness. These auras appears to depict several important ancestors of the Proctor family line, though due to the low resolution of embroidery used at the time, it's possible to discern exactly who. Check the footnote. It has been pointed out to us that this iris is unlikely to have been manufactured in the capital of the Pas-de-Calais department of northern France, and therefore it is merely a sparkling tapestry. You're not fond of this plant. The chevrons are of no historical significance. There's no plaque at this table, must have always been boring. According to county records, these are the most expensive stairs in the county. They go up a full 1.5 floors. Stairs to the 2.5 floors? Huh. The upstairs rooms are off limit while we catalog contents. Please pardon our dust. This bedroom was traditionally given to servants as it was felt by the proctors that it would be less of a tragedy if they got up in the middle of the night and fell down the stairwell. Miss Proctor's bedroom is especially off limits while we figure out how to deal with the strange mold we found behind the wallpaper. Miss Proctor's bedroom, home to the county's most extensive collection of cravats. This is the bedroom of Peter Proctor, the only child of Nicholas and Abigail Proctor. This is the Proctor's spare room, where they kept spares of all the expensive things they owned. This room is now part of the tour, and is also now part of the house. What? Let's go back down. Little cemetery. Welcome to Sandwich Cemetery. Please be respectful Please be respectful of the graves. Also check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1692. Putnam. Ooh. Satchel's lucky hat. Hollow tombstone, possible treasure. You check inside the stone, and there is indeed some treasure.
2 days later.
Peter Proctor. He was a duty head until the very end. Beatrice Proctor, Abigail Proctor, Elisha Proctor, Nicholas Proctor, 1656 to 1886. What the heck? He lived to be 230 years old? Proctor, our town founder, 1582 to 1644. Clarence Danforth, Teresa Danforth, Patience Danforth, Bartholomew Danforth, Thomas Danforth. There's more space in that direction, but there aren't any more graves. Oh wait, hold on. What, did I read these ones? Delilah Putnam, Millicent Putnam, John Putnam, Joseph Putnam, Mary Ann Putnam. The tombstone is covered in lichen. Mary Ann Putnam. Yeah, I already got the hat from there. Nice gazebo. Not any interest in investigating the area downwind of that outhouse. Okay, I'm gonna stop rubbing my butt on the floor. Let's wear the extra high heels again. Perfect, normal. Ah, hello, cat. Do you need something? Sandwich cream. Are you sure I don't have sandwich cream already? Whatever. Rubbing paper. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, that's a quest item. Quest item how? There you go. You fill the dish with the thick cream and Hecate starts sweating to town on it. New cat unlocked. You can now pet Hecate to receive a boon. Don't pet her now. Okay. I need to learn how to pet more cats. Okay, wait. So I can rub the paper on some of these, right? I guess I don't know what paper to rub it on yet. The special piece of paper is for making rubbings of historical graves and such like that. Thanks to advancements in rubbing technology, you don't need any charcoal or anything. What should I use it on? Hey Molly, everything alright? Just saw a buck. You looking to beat your gums? Better keep your peepers peeled, pals. These woods are a good place for an ambush of us or by us. Well, which would you rather? Yes, I can't really say for certain. Say there aren't any big spiders in these woods, are there? I hope not, but since you mentioned them, yeah, probably. Well, ain't that just ain't. Don't like spiders, they're hard to shoot, and I can't help where they run around all skittery like. Shame it isn't a nice day for a walk. It's pretty peaceful around here by and large. It's so peaceful I'm about to cast a kitten. Yo, what? Listen up, Buttercup. If I don't typewrite something soon, I'll go off my nut. I'll take that under advisement. Oh, right. Her gun is her typewriter. That's right. We actually use this well for water, so please don't throw meat in it. I could just leave. But the question is, do I want to? Yeah, but upon a small rest stop type area just off the path, the rickety old picnic bench and a square brick bunker that is presumably a public toilet. Although a sign on the door says out of order and the sound of flies buzzing inside doesn't incline you to testing that claim. There's also a meat-operated blue cola cooler, which still has a couple of cans of soda in it, although judging by the rest, it doesn't look like they've actually cooled anything in a while. Let's buy a soda. It's the patriotic thing to drink. Blue cola. Drop your meat into the slot and turn the crank. The door pops open, granting access to your prize, such as it is. Shame the war prompted the big soda companies to start putting their drinks in cheap tin cans instead of the nice glass bottles they used to use. It tastes much better that way. Check the meat return slot. The meat return slot is empty. Darn. Hardware store. In a thickly overgrown and essentially sunless part of the woods, you happen across two large and burly vampires. They seem pretty ticked off their ground, growling menacingly, shoving each other around as if it was some kind of spooky territory dispute. Or maybe one of them drank a tourist that the other was saving for a special occasion. The nature of the argument is unclear. What is clear is that these guys are very strong, and you better be pretty sure of yourself if you plan to do something before they notice you. Let's fight them. Oh my god, who is the mushroom man? A mushroom monster wanders in and joins your enemies. The vampire mist form, immune to on fire. What can Molly do? No idea. I have no idea. Hypnosis. Vampires can't be hypnotized. Really? Oh. Well, I mean, sex violence. I can use cha-cha-cha to increase my moxie. Because right now I'm doing 9 sleaze damage. Ooh, wait, hold on. Cha-cha-cha. Jazz hands, jazz hands. Yes, awesome, perfect. Woo! Tommy spray. Shoot a random enemy for 1 physical damage 7 times. So it will always do 7 damage. Oh. Reducing their muscle. Ooh, wait, hold on, that's pretty cool. Cap their kneecaps. Get their kneecaps. Pop. Ow, the freaking spider. Oh, okay. I should, like, maybe... Maybe I should hypnotize the spider. Oh, I guess I could just strike up the band. Should I eat something? I think I'll be fine. Now if I'm not, Molly can help me out, right? Tummy spray. Ah ha 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 ha. Vampire pitch pipe deals your moxie +3. Ooh! This is what vampire sirens use to make sure their hunting melodies are just out of tune enough to sound creepy, but not so out of tune as to sound like they're bad singers. A bloodle. And cosmetic wine. Vampires' metabolism won't process real wine, but vampires still want to look like cool wine people. It's a piping hot strudel filled with blood instead of, I don't know, raspberries or whatever strudels normally have in them. Nice. I'm gonna use that pitch pipe. After a short hike, you find a small hardware store. Hardware store! Nestled in the sparse woods surrounded by the lake. Can I get a ball-peen hammer for free, please? Or am I not the 27th customer? It's the very model of a down-home country hardware store, except it doesn't have any old-timers sitting out front chewing fat and beats their day off, or maybe they ran out of fat. Ooh, what's this? Nice man, asking for candy. Neat. The pitch pipe. I'm doing spooky damage now. I don't understand the purpose of any of these tools. Yeah. This barrel has a joke price tag on it. 10,000 meat. Barrel of rusty nuts and bolts in case you want to buy some garbage, I guess. Wait, can I actually buy that? Paints in all of this season's trendiest patent colors, such as dragonfruit skin and pluet beige and huckleberry fuchsia. Proprietor, you presume. Hey now, that room ain't part of the store. The shelf is labeled ineffectual pesticides. You're the proprietor, I assume? Yeah, welcome to Valley Hardware, best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Because the only hardware store in the valley? Because it's the only hardware store in the... Aw, shucks, fella, you preempted my joke. Hesh, sorry. Haha, nah, no hard feelings. Good to see you, new face around. What can I do for you? What do you have for sale? Yes, but... self-adhesive rivets. Ooh. You sold some pretty good stuff, actually. How much for the barrel? If I actually get 10,000 meat, can I purchase the barrel? You can buy a barrel. But that's 10,000 meat. I'm gonna save up for that barrel. Hello again, what can I do for you? Candy, do you have any candy? Why, sure, here you go. Awesome, thanks. Hard candy. Yippee, I love hard candy. I'll ask about something else if you don't mind. I need a pump valve for the lighthouse keeper. Oh, sure, what kind do you need? Glarston? He's having trouble with his air conditioner? Maybe there's something else. A Glaston. It's a Malston valve? Pretty sure that ain't a thing. Maybe there's something else. A Snackston valve. What's he need a beach ball valve for? A Marston. Pretty sure that ain't a thing. A Garpston valve? What's he need a harmonica valve for? Maybe there's something else then. Something else. Oh my god, there's so many. A Slickston valve. You're right, those are only for taffy pullers. Oh my god, what did he need? I don't remember. Now I have to go. Could go to the distillery instead. The Orcus of mumbling, burbling, grumbling, and screeching. A whole crowd of very angry mushrooms storm out of the underbrush to attack. Jeez, what is this guy's deal? Aw, man. I guess we fight them. Oh my god, they're adorable. I love him. Boing, 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 boing. Ooh wee, ooh ah ah, ooh ah. Let's do the sax of violence, of course. Gotta add the sax. Let's hypnotize that spider. Ten spooky damage. Poisoning everyone for 2. I can't have that. Ooh wee. Woo! Ooh, freaking cap this guy. Pop! Ouch. Blah. You're fine. I'm going to take on you. Bah! Woo! That is not the instrument that I'm holding. I'm holding like a pan flute. He's pulling out some kind of harmonica, but you know, it's like a different kind of harmonica. It's a circular harmonica. Wouldn't it be great if that's the last time we had to deal with these guys? Mushman spear and fragrant spores. To the distillery. Oh my god, that's a vampire, alright. Spooky looking lady is got in the front of the old distillery. Presumably she's a vampire. She looks spooky enough to be a vampire. Is that racist? Hello. She goes at you as you approach, her eyes flashing her blood red. Begone from this place. You have no business here. I do actually, and I'd like for you to invite me inside. What? No! Don't I have to? I thought that was one of the big vampire things, that if someone asks you to invite them inside, you have to. That is nearly the most opposite of true. That is it, but it is possible for it to be. Oh, darn. Leave this place at once, or the consequences will be most dire. Oh, come on, don't be like that. What's eating you? If you did not question, the question will be, what is eating you? Ah, that was pretty good. Haha, yeah, you really set me up for that one. Oh, I'm gonna try to trick her. Okay, I'll go. I have an appointment anyway. Oh, hey, do you have the time? I do not very much, but she shades her eyes with an arm and looks up at this midday sun. Probably about 12:60. Ah! Her hair bursts into flames. With a screech, she turns into a bat, which is still on fire, and skips into a hole in the side of the building. Huh, okay then. There's the hole that the guard fled through. Oh. I can just unlock it with the mob combination. I guess I'll just use the mob combination. Oh yeah, 9999. Don Toblerone's terrible combination. I'll unlock the door. Ooh. Be careful not to drop your handkerchief into this barrel. You reached in the barrel to see if anyone ignored their advice. They did! Booze-soaked handkerchief. +5 stench armor. Holy cow. Holy cow. Oh my god, yes! I love it! This is where Grandpa Joe kept all of his broken glass. Almost everything on a shelf, busted up trash, but this one a smashed crate of booze. Crate of vodka. Take it to the speakeasy. Laboratory workbench. I can make potions? Oh, here's the vampires. Grandpa Joe's extra fancy garlic schnapps. Wow, maybe it was a prohibition that put this place out of business. Crank up the valve and dump about 12 gallons of pure distilled garlic juice on the floor. Wow, even the stench protection is a nasal experience we won't soon forget. Vampires completely flipped their collective shinola. Some of them turned into bats to fight each other to be the first out of the hole, and all some turn into mist and shoot out the cracks in the ceiling. Some just run out the front door. After that, you hear several screams as they realize it's still daytime outside. That just satisfied Tom, Toblerone, and his boss. Hopefully they won't mind the smell. Alrighty then. This vat intentionally left empty. Unfriendly vat, do not use! Yeah, but still. Jar in it is almost certainly empty. Jar emits a hollow, somber clang. Sofa's soaking wet. One of those mist vampires must have been sitting here. Vampires left the good booze on the floor. Crate of rum. Mirror and those vanities have been broken, but the drawers still work. Ooh. Begin every combat shielded. Oh, wait, really? The Ring of Repulsion. Table strewn with miscellaneous vampire stuff. Pick through it. Cosmetic wine, Bloodle, and vampire boots. Wait. Vampire boots? I have transcended reality. I'm gonna do this just to show off. What even is a Chilean? Why should you care about this one? Ugh, terrible. Distillery. Let's go to the lighthouse. As riding down the dirt road toward destination, catch a whiff of dog food. When you turn your head towards the source, it turns out to be a pet store. Greta's compassionate pet store. Go greet Greta. Oh my god, it's all the way over there. What? It's one of those boxes full of bees. The bee box, do you think it's called? Aw, check for honey. Apparently the spice hasn't been harvested in years. The honey is as hard as rock. Impenetrable shellac. Aw, heck, some shellac is from insects, but if you don't know, that can come from basically anywhere. It comes from lac insects. You know, shellac comes from lac insects, which are a type of scale insect. Smart of Greta to sell compassionate pets instead of indifferent ones. Oh my goodness, meet your next best friend today. This radio is tuned to the wind chime station. Greta, you presume. Hi there, welcome to Greta's Compassionate Pet Store. I'm Greta. Hi Greta, I'm Quill. Can I ask you a question? Of course. Where are all the pets? Oh, they're out back. In cages? No, in the woods. I see. What stops them from leaving? Compassion. What pets do you have for sale? I've got this snake available for adoption. I've also got one giant mosquito left in stock. A giant mosquito. Oh! Hey, now, don't knock it. A mosquito is great to have on your side in a fight. Not only can they suck the blood out of stuff, they can pump that blood into you to heal you. Mathematically speaking, that's twice the power, huh? Mere 150 meat adoption fee, and it's all yours. I'll take it. Name. Buzz! Oh, it's great. Buzz, huh? Classic. Here you go. You might want to get a malaria shot just in case. Oh my goodness, give things size, you're glad it's friendly. Oh, he's so silly. I love him. Problem, anything else catch your interest? Tell me what, well, I got the snake. Tell me more about the snake. What do you feed these things? Oh, you don't have to worry about regular food. They raise or scavenge for whatever. They're very resourceful. That's certainly convenient. If you want to soup them up a bit, though, make them really beefy, I sell some specially formulated familiar chow. I'm a little uncomfortable with the use of words like soup and beef in a pet store, but okay, ha. Tell me about that special chow. 3 bags of familiar chow left. Familiar chow is specially formulated to beef up your buddies. Want to buy a bag? Just 100 meat? No right now, thanks. Tell me more about the snake. Oh, you can't go wrong. The world's most dangerous rub. This guy will totally fill your enemies up with poison. Just 150 meat. Sounds great. I'll take it. Won't regret it unless you make it mad. Now you need to give your new venomous friend a name. Slithery D. Slithery D the snake. Thanks, Greta. No problem. Anything else catch your interest? I guess I have all the pets I need right now. Greta's got a cross-species friendship. Cause her familiar attack 2 additional times. Ooh. Would you like a complimentary copy of this book I wrote? Sure. Yes, I love it. This book is pretty woo-woo, but you have to admit that it creates warm feelings in your heart towards your familiars. Now it's time to exploit that warmth and kindness. Got a skill. Call for a backup. There's an appendix in the back filled with trust exercise, but I'm not sure if you've got the energy for that right now. If you do, call for backup will cause your familiar to act an additional time. Wait, I have 100? First, clipping Buzz the mosquito. Second, ooh. Oh, that's an ability. Oh. I can get Air of Mystery or Sharp Eyes. Stronger brochure. How many? I have 175. Oh my goodness. Rhythmic precision. Improvisational muscles. Ooh, wait. Oh, all of these are great. Oh, but I can only afford rhythmic precision right now. I might want to get that one, right? +3 to ranged weapon attacks. ×2 materials from gathering. Nah. Rhythmic precision. Whether it's the rat-tat-tat of a timing gun or the rat-tat-tat of snare drum, you'll always deliver. freaking floating. I'm so silly. Good fronds are hard to find. A scrawny looking cat is sleeping here. Kitty cat. Better leave this alone. The shop was great. Leave Greta to her pets. Let us... Oh, what was it? Oh, that's right. I was going to take this to Oliver's place. Just because I can. Well, that happens then. You're back, baby. I am. Here's your cup of profits, baby. I found this case of rum. A little bit of violent nectar, eh? I also found this case of vodka. Gotta be careful, this stuff might end up drinking you. Order a drink. Ooh. The rum, of course. Actually, the vodka? And the rum. Just a shot of rum works for me. Slams the shot glass down in front of you and fills it to the brim with rum. Drink it. A shot in the belly. Your gullet is being warmed by some rum. Time to leave. Let's play. You play white this time. I play white this time? Reposition a bishop. Crap. Pawn's toilet attack. Ho ho ho. Nice move. Oh no. Advance the queen. Darn it. Withdraw a pawn. Oh, whoops. Dang it. You. What kind of valve did I need? Hi, hello again. What kind of valve was it you needed? A Glaxton valve. Any other kind of work? Nope, it's a Glaxton pup and needs a Glaxton valve. Wait, is that a style valve or a brand name? Both. Ugh, proprietary hardware is the worst. Yep. Glaxton. I could have guessed that. Going down to the hardware store. Oh no, hold the line. Stop stuck on weird mushrooms. Spores all over them are good dancing shoes for crying out loud. Dancing is an actual dancing or is in a back alley shootout. Why do I want a different pair for each? They ain't that dissimilar. She wraps the spores off her high heels with leaf and hands it to you as though you know what to do with it. Thanks. Something else. Glaxton valve. Glass valve. Well, shucks. They stopped making those things nearly a decade ago. I guess there's a slight chance they're still in the back room. Ain't been back there since Terminus got in the inventory. Maybe after it got flooded. Anyway, it's a real biblical style of disaster back there. Here, I'll unlock the door for you so you can take a look around. If you can find a Glaxton valve in the mess, you're welcome to it. Thanks, man. You're stepping there. Alright, I need to save up. There's a void back here. These boxes would be perfect for storing a collection of mildewed clothing. See page has caused the concrete to become set in its ways. Shelf is empty, but even the emptiness is somehow dirty. It's a good thing you don't care what month it is because this calendar is worthless. Nasty trash. How much of a door can be gone before it doesn't count as a door anymore? Something's wrong with this door in a way that terminates the flooding doesn't readily explain. Step through it? You step through the hole in the door and immediately feel a sickening lurching stomach burst of this is a bad idea in your mind. Like when you hit the first drop in a traveling carnival's rusty and hastily assembled roller coaster. After a moment when the feeling has subsided enough, you open your eyes and look around. Looks like you're still in the same place you were, except someone came in and cleaned everything up while you weren't looking? Huh. I think I'm back in time. It's workbench covered in stuff. Shelves of neatly organized hardware that definitely hasn't been destroyed yet. There's a 1970 calendar on the wall by the desk. It looks brand new. Oh no. We're back in time? As like the storm and the shopkeeper spins around and you both stare at each other in surprise. You because the shopkeeper looks quite a bit younger than he did when you went in there, and him because, hey now, what in the heck were you doing in my back room? And how'd you get back there without me seeing you? I'm a termite inspector. I didn't call for having a termite inspector. No, I do surprise inspections so the termites will find out in advance. How'd you get past me? I'm very good at my job. Huh, well I don't expect you finding termites. I make my own custom pesticide. Yeah, it seems to be pretty effective. I might have to go back in there for follow-up check-up later, though. That's fine, I suppose. Just don't move stuff around too much. I like to keep it tidy back there. No problem. New Glaxton valve. Sign in this barrel says not for sale. There doesn't seem to be anything on the other side of the store. Weird. Dang it. I wanted to go back in time. Hardware store guy back when he was younger, or is younger. Went to Valley Hardware, best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Because it's the only hardware store in the valley? Ha, that's a good one. I'll have to remember that. I'm sure you will. What can I do for you? I see what outhouse. So you're renting outhouses? I mean, you're renting out outhouses? Yep, at least I was. Now that indoor plumbing is starting to get popular, there's no market for them anymore. Just got the one left, and after that, I'm calling quits and pumping out new ones. Can I rent the last one? Yep, sure. It'll be 200 meat up front for the installation and half that each month afterwards for maintenance. What maintenance do you do? I dump some powdered lime down the hole, clean out the ventilation pipes, and check for splinters. Once the pit starts to get full, I'll move the outhouse over a couple of yards and dig out a new one for you. Plus, you get a free subscription to the local newspaper. I'm curious what would happen if I do. Also, actually, never mind. I'd like to buy one of those new Glaxton valves. What do you have for sale? Never mind. Sorry, government fellas bought my entire stock. What? Yep, for the big day in the building. I can order you one, though. How long would it take? 6 to 8 weeks. Would you mind holding onto it for me if I'm not back right away? Oh, sure, that's no problem. How long you figure? 11 years. Haha, what? No, forget how I said that's not a problem. Well, nuts. Listen, I can tell you they bought a heap more Glaxton valves than what they're gonna need for that dam. If you go up the work site, you might get the foreman to sell you one of their spares. Where is it? Southeast end of the valley. You got a map? Well, I have a postcard. Crystal Dream Lake. I never heard of that. But it's got a little picture of the dam on it. It's there. See, and that's about the same place relative to here. Great, thanks. What happens if I get the outhouse? Great, where do you want me to put it? The Sandwich Museum. They've only got a pretty state-of-the-art toilet facility there, but, well, never hurts to have a backup, I suppose. Alright, I'll get the pipe dug tomorrow and have the outhouse finished the day after. Leave. Okay, so I can come back and change it. I'm back. Hello again. Goodbye. So now, if I go to the museum, two things which are hard to describe, but let's say they're more or less like smoking holes in space through which you can see the faint light of distant dying stars float up to you with an air of menace. The two orbs squint at you, and Mr. Poindexter's voice echoes inside your head in a way that makes your eardrums itch. Ah, Mr. Colopter, clearly you did not recognize the warning here in our last meeting. How predictable you are. Did you predict this hand gesture? I suppose you think you're clever. I dislike clever people. I'm flipping you the bird. Well, that makes sense considering how you're so deeply in love with yourself. Mr. Optera, you're interfering in affairs that do not concern you, and they are the affairs of very important, very powerful people. I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about you creeps stop interfering in my affairs as your final warning, Mr. Optera? We're not playing games. Well, it's a shame. I gotta teach you a really good one. It's called a 52 pickup. Watch how you whip out ticket cards and slate them at the orbs, which flint and sputter in the fluttering cloud of white carsack. By the time Poindexter recovers his composure, you're gone. Why, you dirty, uncouth little, next time we meet, I'll put you in your place. I'm adding littering to your list of crimes. Alright, where's the outhouse? Extra outhouse anywhere? Where'd the outhouse that I put it go? I bought an outhouse, it's not here. Oh, this outhouse is another one of those time portals in because it's apparently impossible for us to make a game that doesn't include a blatant Day of the Tentacle reference. Welcome to Sandwich, don't break the law, please. I'm back in time. It's the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu. This discarded newspaper says it's March 3rd, 1692. That's a few days before the last entry in the diary from Putnam House. Someone left this horse to the water, but the horse is finishing the job itself. A go ye fish, a water trough, fulfilling its destiny of hydrating a horse. Better not, you might actually give the horse a lip piercing. Who even knows how long it'll be before those things become fashionable. Oh, hello. Coming right in. Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Not at all. I'm always glad to have visitors. My husband is already in circuit. My name is Cole Opter. A pleasure. I'm Teresa Danforth. Alright, well, I'm gonna do this some other time. It's time for me to go. Bye-bye.